Happy Wednesday, everyone. This is gonna be a good day for everyone. It is the middle of the week, and you know what that means for you and your wife, you and your boyfriend, you and your significant other. You know what that means. You're gonna make food together and eat it. You're gonna mash that stuff up and add some little sugar to it. Africanized bees are attacking people all over the world right now. People are scared of these Africanized bees, which come from the killer bee gene that crossbreeds with other animals. They found out in Arizona that there was a Africanized bee colony underneath a sewer grate. Someone got attacked by that walking by, and then someone went out and tried to rescue them and save them. One man was found rolling on the ground. We don't know the condition of them yet, as they were sent to hospital. But that just means stay away from killer bees. They're extremely vicious and they're volatile creatures. They're vindictive and just want to cause pain, just like your horrible ex that you were dating, that just sort of stemmed traumatic events onto you. This itself is an extremely traumatic event. Imagine all the nightmares that you're gonna have with right now you're freaking out, you're panicking. That causes post-traumatic stress. These bees just attack, and they do it 3 times the amount of other bees. So, which means that if a bee were to sting you and then it had friends around, 3 times the amount of these bees would come at you, and they follow you for longer. And that's why they're called killer bees, because they actually kill people. So that one article was one that I saw. So that was with the 2 people, and then I go back, and this is in 2021. And this happened in September, just a few days earlier of this event too. So bees are still going at it, and they have some type of extreme vindictiveness towards people and malevolent intent to catastrophize. 3 dogs that got attacked, and they were just sleeping. They weren't around anything, and there was no sign of bees. You get one bee floating by, and then it decides, hey, I have some type of grudge against the dogs. On the ground, the dogs actually passed away, which was quite sad. Don't even think about killer bees, because they'll just attack you for thinking, right? Just like wasps do when it starts to get cold. They get mad and they start going out there oh man, I'm pissed off, I don't know what's going on and stuff. I'm full of testosterone now. It's like a rage-raging animal, if you may. And then after that is the second article that I read. Then the third one, right? This is in 2018. A lady named Susie was attacked by 80,000 bees. 80,000 bees. Now I don't know if that's just the size of the hive, but even if she was near that, she would have been attacked by so many areas of life there. They're coming at you left, right, and center. You get 5,000 bees attack. You can even get 1,000 bees attacking you, 100 bees. That sucks, man. And they follow you too. Killer bees are not friendly. Ultimately, the lady did pass away, which is quite sad. And this is the 4th article that I read today. The 4th one. How stupid do I have to be today to just read up on bees? Well, bees are a part of life, and they have a huge news source. There should be an actual news source for bees that just says bee news, which I looked up. All those websites are all fake, and just don't go to them. They're stupid. It's bee.org and shit. It's it has nothing to do with bees. So 60 penguins in this 4th story were actually killed because they went by Cape Town bees, which are in Africa, which is in the lower part of Africa, South Africa. And then when you go up a little bit more, that's when all of the killer bees colonized there, and they crossbreed in between. But anyways, these bees were more near the shorelines and such, and they must have attacked the penguins on the way out. They're not normally aggressive. In this case, they wiped out 60 penguins, and we're using this as a way now to raise awareness for penguins, as they are seeming to be an extinct race as we speak. And what I mean by that is when 60 birds die, that means there's 60 birds out there left without a partner, because they are pair bonding creatures, so that affects them immensely. And in the last 30 years, the penguin population has declined by 73%. So they've been a threatened species since 2010. This occurrence with the penguins has only happened around 2 different times in the last 20 years as well too, which is quite sad on the penguins' part. It's a big, you kind of thing. It's let's just treat you pretty bad. Let's throw insult to injury to what we've already given these animals, which over the past 20 years, South Africa has lost 40,000 breeding pairs of these birds. 4th story that I have today, with the 5th one going in. This is more about a little girl who found and discovered another type of bee to make everything a little bit nicer today. This is what I'd like to talk about in addition to the bees that are killing everyone. A rare stingless bee has been found by a 4-year-old. Just give recognition to her. There's 500 different species of stingless bees, so there's no detail. It didn't go into too much detail. The important part of these bees though is that they pollinate coconuts and mangoes, so in tropical areas they're just flourishing down there. They're ensuring that those do better. They're specifically like almost like made for them because killer bees don't pollinate at the same rate for coconuts and mangoes that they do. They're also unaffected and they go back easily after storms and then start pollinating, so it can make the communities even easier to have food and such, right? Like maybe that's why life is living down in the Philippines where all these bees are. But keep in mind, these bees are everywhere across the world. They don't bite. These are stingless bees. Keep that in mind. And in the next story, research has found valuable stingless bee honey to be created in the bee guts. So what that means is, I guess, the guts of stingless bees has been found as a secret behind the creation of their potent and valuable honey. And their valuable honey has something called trehalulose in it. I'm not going to say all these words correct, so keep that in mind throughout the video, that there are like 4 or 5 words that I most likely won't say properly. So you can make fun of me in the comments section down below, but ultimately just try to like spell it out for me because I'm stupid, like trehalulose. Now this discovery has led to an important find because the physiology behind this type of sugar is that the fructose and glucose molecules are linked by a 1.1 glycosidic bond, which is more stable than the 1 to 2 glycosidic bond in sucralose. It is broken down more slowly than sucralose in the small intestine, giving it a lower glycemic effect. So people with like hyperglycemia and stuff, this is just important for people in the medical dictionary anyways. This more stable bond also means that it cannot be utilized by streptococcus mutants, for an example, like maybe like strep throat or something, or anything else in between there, and is therefore non-carcinogenic. So it's not creating all the bacteria in your mouth when you eat this. It's like a cleaner version of honey without it going out and being filtered and like pasteurized and such, which is an important find. Also, these bees do produce a lot of another raw material that comes out of them. It's called propolis or bee glue, which is a resinous mixture that honeybees produce by mixing saliva and beeswax with other exudate gathered from tree buds, sap, flowers, and other botanical sources. It is used as a sealant for unwanted open spaces in the beehive. It's also used for small gaps, while gaps larger than the bee space are usually filled with burr combs. Its color varies depending on stuff, and then etica. Bees just seem to go on forever because that's just what they truly are being. They don't bite, like I said. They don't sting, like I said earlier. They actually have something called formic acid that comes out of their mandibles. So if you're one of those stupid idiots that just want to decide, hey man, I'm gonna take my fingers and stick me fingers in the beehive and try to get some honey out of it, you're not gonna have a good time. These bees will spit acid on you just like fire ants. You know, when they sting you and then Coyote Peterson starts to bubble and it looks like giant zits coming out of them like crazy. Moving forward, fighting the parasite that can make bees lose their way home. There are parasites and diseases, just illnesses, viruses that go out and pretty much destroy bees. We've had an epidemic of this lately within the beehive colony. Oh, look at me thinking that I am starting bee news now. Wow, we should just start it. So yeah, bee news. In the bee news, parasites are destroying them. They're destroying their wings. A lack of memory as well too. Just like dies. Like viruses are just stupid and want to hurt people. But the important part is that yesterday, or today, sorry, whenever this video will be uploaded, whenever it's done doing that, we found that out. What we actually found out was that sodium butyrate is curing a lot of these diseases inside of these bees. A team of international researchers fed sodium butyrate, a compound found in plants, to a group of honeybees for a week before infecting them with the virus. 90% survived, while 90% of the group of bees who were not fed, they actually died. So yeah, some animals died in this. Although ultimately it would be for the benefit of bees themselves too, and maybe it makes you feel bad that bees died in the meantime, that someone killed it. Sort of, yeah. Although it is nice research to have. So we're coming to a point where the bee issue is slowing down. And this is so recent, it is an extraordinary part of society. And what I found out today and what I needed to share with people is that we're finally going to have more cures for bees. We're curing a bee virus because we love bees. Yeah. Welcome to Bee News, everyone. Hope you had a great day and happy Wednesday. Go out there and mix your honey in that pot that you need to today. I know it's Wednesday, and that's probably the best thing that you can do. Before I leave, please leave a like, subscribe, comment, whatever else you want to do. It'll help me grow as I'm just a beginner, and I appreciate all the love that I can get from people today.